Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to today's math lesson. For today's math lesson, we're going to be reviewing addition and subtraction fluency. So I want you to, today, I can demonstrate fluency with addition and subtraction within 10. So this is actually going to be a pretty quick lesson because it's a review from last week, but you're going to be doing a subtraction and addition fluency activity with Seesaw, which I'll show you in a little bit. But before we get started with that, let's go ahead and do our number talk. So go ahead and get out your math notebook and a pencil and join me. For this number talk, what I'd like you to think about is I'd like you to think about a way to use addition to solve or count these stars. So what's a way you could use addition to count those stars? If you need to, you can always hit pause and you can come back. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get started. If I was using addition to count these stars, I see there is one star over here, and I want to add them together to count them in all. And I see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars over here. So my equation should be 1 plus 5 equals, and I'm going to figure out what 1 plus 5 equals. What's 1 plus 5 equal? That's right, 1 plus 5 equals 6. So if I counted all these stars in all, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I would see that 1 plus 5 equals 6. So I used addition to solve that number talk. Alrighty, so we're actually going to hop right into, I believe, yep. We're going to hop right into the Seesaw activity. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to share my screen. So I'm going to share my screen so that you can see what our Seesaw activity will be about. Okay, so bear with me one moment while I get this rocking and rolling. And then I'm going to show you what we're doing. Alrighty, so you should be able to see this by now. Whenever you click to click add response onto your lesson, you'll see on page 1 there's an instructional video. So I want you to make sure you click on this Loom link. This Loom link will take you to a video of me describing how to do your addition and subtraction fluency. Okay, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to use the pencil or the pen tool to go ahead and solve these addition and subtraction fluency. You're literally going to try to see how many you could do in a minute. So if you could get a parent or a guardian or a nanny, whoever's at home, if you could get them to go ahead and try and time you and see how many you could do in 1 minute, you might not be able to do a ton, and that's okay. You could also see if you could do this whole column in a minute and then time yourself again and see if you could do this whole column in a minute. Then time yourself again and see if you could do this whole column in a minute. So any way you can. As you can see, I solved each, the first 4 for each one for you. So 3 plus 3, that would equal 6. 9 plus 1, that equals 10. 5 plus 4, that equals 9. 4 plus 6, that equals 10. Another thing, if you need to, you could always, on a separate sheet of paper in your notebook, you could draw each of these down, write them down, or draw pictures for them. It's supposed to be from memory, but if you need to, you can always draw a picture of an equation that you don't know to see if you can figure it out after you draw a picture or after you use an open number line or something like that to solve the problem. So this is your addition fluency, and then I want you to go ahead and do the same thing with your subtraction fluency. So see if you can time yourself and see how many you know. I did the first 4 for you. 2 minus 2 equals 0. 6 minus 3 equals 3. 3 minus 1 equals 2, and 7 minus 4 equals 3. So again, if you need to, like this one, 9 minus 2, that might be a little tricky. So if you need to, draw 9 circles on a piece of paper and X out 2. If 10 minus 5 is tricky, go ahead and draw an open number line, put a number 10, and hop back 5, okay? Do whatever it is you need to do in order to figure out how to solve this. When you finish and you put in both of the difference for subtraction as well as the sums for addition, you can go ahead and hit that green check to turn it in. That is all I have for today's lesson. I know that was a really short lesson. If you need to, go back and rewatch Mrs. Zalocki's lessons from week 7. So if you need to, go back and watch the math lessons that Mrs. Zalocki did from week 7. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye, boys and girls.